Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. And boy, do we have our work cut out for us today. We are going to get started and hopefully even finish our house. It's very extravagant, like I said, I wanted it to be. I played around with a lot of designs in creative, ultimately settled on one that I am extremely happy with, and it is definitely going to be the highlight of our little valley here. That being said, it's very resource heavy, lots of oak, so we are going to have to head out to a forest somewhere. I think there might be one on that side of the mountain, and we can start chopping down a lot of oak trees and get to work on the house. Again, like all of these builds, there will be a tutorial posted on the channel at some point, probably next week. I don't have it in the plans for this week, but next week, most likely, we will do that. Alright, I'm gonna go get a lot of oak, a lot of stone, a lot of spruce, all the resources we will need, and we are going to get right into building our house right over here on that flat plot of land. Alright, I collected about 5.5 stacks of oak wood here, so that hopefully should be more than enough. Kind of gives you an idea of how big and extravagant it's going to be. I don't think it's bigger than the storage building here, but it's going to take up about the same footprint, I think. Uh-oh, and right as I've begun building here, it looks like we have a patrol roaming through, so I might go grab some stone while we wait for them to pass through, although I might just use our reserve that we've been using for the path. I can always go get more for that later. I'm really eager to get this house done, so we will see how much we have. We do have quite a bit of stone here. That should be enough, hopefully. 3 stacks, that should be good enough for us. And let's see what the pillagers are up to. They're just kind of hanging out under that jungle tree over there. Maybe they're going to build a tree house or something, but I think we should be far enough away. I suppose we could also go kill them real quick. I don't think that would be a huge problem. I'll set fire to the captain, but quickly put it out so that none of that spreads. And we'll see if his buddies here can finish him off. Alright, there we go. So he's taken care of. Now I can safely dispatch of the rest of them. There we go. Alright, no bad omen. They are taken care of, and now I can get back to work. So I'm actually going to build this in a pretty similar style to how the tutorial of it will be completed. So I'm just kind of laying out the foundation of everything, and actually from the top down it's pretty symmetrical, all things considered. It's when we start heading things to the second floor and making different roof designs and doing all different sorts of things with that. Actually, I guess it's perfectly symmetrical right now, going down the middle here, but that is going to change for us pretty quickly, and I'm definitely going to need some scaffolding for this next part. And I'm going to go with deep slate bricks for the chimney here. This is all the deep slate that I have left, so I'll probably need to go and grab some more of that. And now I'm just going to start building up all of these pillars to the entire height of the house, which is 10 blocks in total minus the roof. The roof is going to be slightly taller than this. Alright, so all the pillars, at least where I want the house to go all the way to the top, are built up. Now I'm just going to go around and outline everything with some logs. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to go down 1 level here and do the same thing again with logs going all the way around. So this gives you a pretty good idea of the general size of the house. Obviously it doesn't look like much right now, but it's gonna be a 1-story entrance right here, and then this is all 2 stories in here with that bridge section that actually goes over the path. That's gonna look really cool. And then back over here, another 1-story section with a little patio up top. Well, if you're wondering what 5.5 stacks of oak wood looks like, you're looking at it. I already ran out. I'm gonna need to get a lot more, so I'm gonna head to the forest once again and get to work on that. Actually, I might just take what we have here at the tree farm first. This should be enough to initially finish the frame, and then we can move on to the stone base and come back for more oak wood later. I'm doing stripped oak wood for the walls, but I'm also mixing that in with oak planks, beehives. What else do we have in there? I think some of the new bookshelves that you can place books on, those are placed sideways in there, as well as oak buttons, oak signs, just a lot of different blocks and items, resources that will really texture the build and make it look lived in and weathered. Alright, I'm still a couple pieces of oak short, but that won't be an issue. I might actually just plant all of the saplings I have here in the field. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and work on the stone base for everything now. And I'm going to start this with just normal stone and then go back later on and texture these blocks as well. That's how I'm going to build the entire thing, actually. I'm going to put some stripped spruce in with these oak logs, and then like I talked about before with those walls with the stripped oak, that will be done in the same fashion. It's just going to be all stripped oak, and then I will go back and add detail where I feel it needs detail. And then actually right over here in this back corner, I am going to do a sort of tower, I guess, a circle tower. That's going to look something like that and just go all the way up to slightly above the height of the roof up there. Not really sure what we're going to use it for, but I'm sure we can find a great use. Alright, I have all the stone put in place. I'm actually going to bring all of this stone over here up to ground level. This is where the floor is going to be. I'm not really going to incorporate this hill over here into the build, though it would be kind of cool. Maybe we will have a staircase or something, because I do want a back door. But I think overall it's just going to be pretty flat inside on the first floor. And good grief, we have another patrol roaming through. They are very active today, and they all seem to be wanting to go into our village. So, nuh-uh. Not on my watch here. Did he steal one of my path blocks? He looks like he was holding a piece of gravel. I'd have to go back and check the recording, but that's not cool. Thief. Alright, while I'm waiting on the cobblestone to cook, I'm just going to extend the chimney all the way to the top here. Of course, we're about to run out of deep slate now, so I'm going to need to run down into the mine and grab some more of that. Oh, well, here are those diamonds. That's right, it's all coming back to me. Okay, let me grab these real quick. For context, in the last episode, I couldn't remember where I found these diamonds. I was trying to find them in the strip mine, because we were waiting to get Fortune 3 on our pickaxe. But now that we have that, I can grab those, and... Really? 4 of them from that? Oh well. We probably would have been better off getting them with Fortune 2, but no complaints, diamonds are diamonds. Uh-oh, okay. Yeah, we don't want to go too far into here, that's for sure. How much are we at? 37? That should be enough for us. All the trees are starting to pop up down here, and I did grab some of the stone out of the furnace, so we should start making a big dent at this thing. Alright, with all the stone in place and pretty much all of the oak in place as well, it really is starting to take its shape. I know it's still a little bit of a jumbled mess right now, but we are going to fix that right up. Right over here, this is going to be kind of like a curved arch part of the roof. Same thing over here in the middle. And that side as well, it just continues all the way across. And then the rest of the roof will be outlined here in a moment. You will see that. But now I actually need to collect quite a bit of mangrove wood, a wood that we haven't really dealt with at all, because that is what I'm using for the floor, at least on the second floor, because it has a very cozy and dark feel to it. It's not too dark like dark oak wood, where it just feels very dim inside, but it just has a very cozy and homey feel to it. So if I can remember where that propagule is, and I remember reading a while back when I first obtained this from one of my comments, it said just plant in water and then we can bone meal that and that should be good for us. I'm going to take it far away though, because these trees are very messy and I don't want that to kind of get into any of our landscaping over here. And do I have a bucket? Here we go. Right here is a good spot for that. We'll place that in the water. Bone meal that a couple times, and there we go. There's our first mangrove tree. I don't think I have any mangrove wood. I probably should have checked, but it's definitely not going to be enough to fill in the entire floor. Very large tree that we got, so I'm going to get to work chopping this down. It'll probably be easiest to just get it from the top of the tree, and I do need to make sure I get another propagule since that was my only one. I'll just use the diamond hoe to shave the layers of leaves off one at a time. I know they will naturally decay, but I don't want to miss any of the wood in here. Alright, well, 23 mangrove logs, that's a good start for us. It's not going to be quite enough, but it will definitely get us going. And we are going to actually step inside first and light up the ground level because we don't want any mobs spawning in here. That would not be a fun time for us. So let me place some torches down and then we'll get that floor put in. Alright, I got the outline of the floor put in up here as well as the bridge going across, and I'm actually going to throw a torch right down in there. Not really sure what we will use that space for, but I'm sure we can be creative and figure out some awesome use for it. I need a little bit more oak wood and a little bit more mangrove, and after that we should be ready to start on the roof. Well, that's definitely a lot easier to manage than the previous one. It's just a matter of getting up to it. Can we bone meal the propagules here? That way I can ensure that we get some more. Maybe? Oh, we can. Good. Perfect. Alright, and that'll just drop right down. Well, this is just a big mess, and that's kind of interesting generation here. Are we on a chunk border? Huh. We are not. That's an interesting way for that tree to generate. Yeah, we're gonna have to use scaffolding on this one. Fortunately, though, this should give us all of the... what was that? Anyway, this should give us all of the necessary wood that we need to finish up the floor. Alright, got that tree taken care of, got plenty of mangrove wood, plenty of propagules. I'm gonna leave that water there for now, just in case we want to ever come back and plant. This is not... this is for sure not the last time I will be using this wood, but it's one that I don't use too often, so we don't necessarily need an abundance of it at all times. Alright, so now with the floor all put in, I think it's time to... well, I was about to say maybe frame out the roof, but I think I'm going to do the walls first. So, once again, more oak since I'm doing stripped oak. But this should be a good enough start for us. Of course, we can always head back to the tree farm, first of all, and then beyond the tree farm to those trees way out there. Are you serious? A third patrol? What is going on? And this has happened in like the span of 45 minutes. Alright, well, flint and steel. Here we go. Actually, I almost forgot from the last episode, I accidentally made a bunch of stripped oak wood when I really needed logs for those signs. We can use that for our walls as well. And I'm just going to get to work on these up here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and light up here. I have gotten a good start on all of the walls, especially from the outside. If we head down here, we will really start to see how that looks. Again, really happy with how it all comes together. Of course, instead of solid stripped oak, it's gonna, again, have planks in there and signs and a bunch of textured blocks that look similar to oak. And it looks like that Enderman has kindly returned the gravel that he stole from us. And as I wait for a few of these oak saplings, or all of them rather, to grow, I'm going to start outlining the roof. And I'm actually going to start here in the front entrance where it's only one story, and we have that little curve on each side here. And that's how that looks. So it's stairs here at the bottom and then slabs just going up to the top. Same thing here in the middle. And then there's actually going to be a little bit more oak wood that will go and fill in the rest of that gap there and kind of make another arch, a smaller arch. But again, that is pending the oak trees. I see a couple that have popped up now. And that's going to be the outline for the top part of that roof. That's going to go across. And then we're going to have a smaller version of that over here on this side. So this roof will run lengthwise and intersect with that one, and it's going to look really cool. So I'm going to finish outlining that and actually get the roof put on, and then we should be getting close to finishing this thing. Alright, so there's the rest of the roof outline. Now you can really kind of see the shape and how that will come together, and we have a little another outcropping here, I suppose, whatever we want to call that. Another spot for a window in the attic. So that is the design I was talking about for underneath the arches. I'm going to do that a couple more times, but the house is essentially complete. Obviously, we are missing glass in the windows, and it is extremely under-detailed right now, but nothing a little work can't fix. And around on the backside, I still need to get a little more stone to extend that tower up. Same with the deep slate for the chimney. That's going to kind of curve out just a little bit and then extend up to the top. But again, this gives you a really good idea of how all of that looks. So let me just finish up a few more things before I get started on detailing, and then I will give everyone a quick tour. Well, we're already getting some battle scars here. I just had a creeper explode, and now we have a wandering trader who has just appeared. And how ironic, he's selling gunpowder, but I don't think we're going to need anything here, though. Alright, now I'm up on the tower working on the roof, and in creative I actually played around with this design for a really long time, and then eventually got one that I was very happy with. And I'm actually realizing now I'm going to need one more fence, so I'm going to do that before I get too far into it. Anyway, this roof is loaded with detail, and if you're looking at the build from the back, it definitely becomes a focal point for sure. You will see exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. Again, really happy with how this part came together. So here is the roof. I know up close it's really hard to see, but then I also have trap doors here that I decided to use in the build, and it just makes it look more supported, and it definitely adds a third layer, whatever we want to call it, layer of depth to the roof. So it benefits in a lot of ways from these trapdoors. Plus it makes it so I can, it makes it so I can jump back up, since I can't jump that 1.5 block height. But from ground level, that is how that looks. I'm not sure if I'll put a flag on that or not. I don't know. It might be a little bit excessive for our house, but at the same time, our house as a whole is a little bit excessive. Of course, I plan on being in this world for the long run, so I figured we might as well go all in. Okay, I'm just about finished with everything else. The tower is done, so now I just need to get... Actually, well, I don't have enough cobblestone to do this, but there's a little cobblestone support that's going to go under this bridge right here, and then I'm going to get in some of the glass, and actually, I might go ahead and just do all of the detailing right now, and then I can explain what I've done once it is finished. I also realized I forgot to fill in this wall, so I'm still kind of working on it. That's going to be a door right there. Alright, I'm going to finish up the build. I'm not going to do the interior, but I'm going to get the exterior all finished, and check back with you guys once we have a completed house. Well, I think that is where we are going to leave it for the house. I'm going to do a little bit more work off camera, but this is the pretty much completely finished house. So I'm going to put a picture up on the screen right now. This is actually what I am going for. It may not look 100% like that, but that is generally the design I'm going for. This is what the upstairs looks like. So the long hallway here, I will have a ceiling up here, probably a top slab. That way we can still get up into the attic and have space up there, but it won't feel super compressed on us down here. In the tower, again, probably a staircase or something going up in that direction. Hanging signs for the rails out here on the deck, and I will go show you the back of the house now. And we have a door right back here, and then when we exit out, this is the back profile of this house. I'm just being careful, cautious of creepers. So this is the back profile. I think it fits in with the valley very nicely and is very welcoming for us as we return from any expeditions, either the boathouse or underground expeditions from our cave system. But again, like you saw in the picture, I want to put a small pond over here, some leaves, cherry or otherwise, going up in that on that wall. That's what that fence is there for. And the path again will extend over in this direction, and by then it will pretty much be completed, at least the outside. The interior is a completely different task for a whole nother video, but that is the exterior of the house. Before I end the episode though, I've been on this world a very long time in the duration of this episode, just building this house, gathering the resources. It's probably been a solid 3 to 4 hours. So with that being said, let's check some of our farms. We will start over here in the bee farm. I'm sure this is very full. Yep, there we go. 11 stacks, give or take. The sugarcane farm, not bad. There actually is a error that I need to address with this farm. Basically, what happens is if the pistons all the way down here, if this very last observer detects a change, it will still fire all the pistons, but by the time this redstone signal gets all the way down here to that repeater and minecart, the signal is too weak. So anytime that the sugarcane all the way at the end is the one to trigger the farm, the minecart will not start and collect the sugarcane. So I just need to fix that. I'll play around with a couple designs. The other automatic farm that we have right up here, our sniffers, hopefully they have been hard at work sniffing up some seed pods and such. Let me kill this zombie real quick. And let's see what we have in here. Not bad, not bad. 39 pitcher pods and a half stack of torch flower seeds from our 4 sniffers. I think that minecart is definitely hard at work there. And of course, the elephant in the room, the last big farm that we need to check, is going to be at spawn. And that, of course, is our AFK iron farm. Let's see what we're adding here. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, that is more than enough iron for anything that we are going to need in the near future or the very distant future, but that's not bad. I think I'm going to have to... Well, I can carry everything. How about that? Alright. Let's head back home. Uh-oh. Alright. We're going to go for the Return to Cinder achievement here. I don't think I've got that one yet, if this ghast would take notice to us. Of course, when we want them to notice us, they don't, and when we're trying to avoid them, well, that's when the problems start. Come on. This is amazing. Usually, they would have fired like 10 fireballs by now. I don't want to stand by the portal for obvious reasons. Here we go. And first try. There we go. And let's see if we can go 2 for 2. I don't want to hit my portal here. The ghast The Ghast is playing it smart. That's some good strategy right there. And, oh, I thought I had that one. There we go. Alright, perfect. Couple gas tiers from that. Actually, a couple gas tiers from that Ghast alone, and then I saw some more drop from this one. I don't think it's worth going down there for those, though. Alright, well, we are going to need an iron chest here, so we'll just put it in this one. There we go, and that takes care of that. And that's actually where we are going to leave the episode for today, but I will sign off from our brand new house, the balcony up here. Well, I really hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Optimistic Survival series. If you did, definitely hit that thumbs up button, and be sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. As I've been saying, there will be a tutorial for this house at some point, most likely next week, but stay tuned for updates on that, and check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. But that is going to do it again. Comment, like, subscribe. Remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.